Hey guys, down here at Dillon Falls, put in on the Deschutes River in Central Oregon. And this is one of my favorite spots to come to in the fall. They do run the water a little bit low, but there's just this great aspen forest that is blowing up right now in the colors. And I'm going to take you out in the Mocean Ace. I was really excited for this new boat from Mocean for exactly this kind of paddling, which is winding my way upstream, kind of working the currents and the seam lines of eddy lines to attain upriver. And a boat that you can wear is perfect for that. And that's what the Mocean Ace is. It's a little bit more of a performance fit like you would have in a longer touring boat, but scaled down into a 12-foot package, which is perfect for what I'm doing here, where I'm not hauling a ton of gear and I'm just working the boat. So when you see me sit in this kayak, it's like I'm wearing it just like a longer touring boat. 8 points of contact with my thighs, hips, feet, rear, and back. And that gives me the ability to edge and control this boat and have kind of more of a performance upriver ride. So we'll get into it here today. All right, bring you a little bit on the inside behind the scenes here. Today, the young man filming is my 14-year-old. He had problems with his braces, and I had to rush while I was loading up to pick him up from school and bring him into the ortho. So the good news is we have a filmer here. I think he's gonna edit this as well. Bad news is I forgot a kayak paddle. I think it's literally a cliche, upriver without a paddle, right? But I had a canoe paddle in the truck. And honestly, I'm a little more skilled with a canoe paddle. And so it's all the same. A lot of these strokes are actually the same. In fact, if you use a vertical kayak stroke, like many of the instructors will teach you, it's almost the exact same as a canoe. So you're gonna get to see this boat being paddled with a canoe paddle. And I'll be doing a lot of correctional strokes on one side, but doing draws, bracing, it's all the same. And you'll be able to see the boat on the water. We wouldn't have been able to shoot it, so I'm using a canoe paddle. It's a little longer than I would like, but it should work today. I'll show you through the Ace here. One of the first things I like to call out isn't visible right off the bat, but it's front and rear bulkheads. So there's a partition between the cockpit and the forward hatch, and then a partition between the cockpit and the back hatch. Not only gives you dry storage, built-in flotation, adds strength, but check out some of the attention to detail that Mocean did here. Is on the back bulkhead, they use a more of a curved shape. And what I love about that is it makes it easier to drain, but also where you put a lot of your weight when you're loading into the boat with your hands right there, it's very well reinforced. It just makes for a stronger bulkhead, and just the attention to detail and how they glued it in is second to none. This is a new version of the seat that Mocean used on their Scouts. It's a little bit narrower. We're using a prototype seat pad here, so the final pad will be up a little bit further. Has a cup holder or water bottle holder. You can adjust positioning for trim and comfort. It has 2 different knobs so the seat doesn't move around on you. You also have forward lean adjustment right here with this jam cleat, so I can pull forward and give myself more lean, or lean back and then lock it into position. And then lots of different height positions here. 5 built-in height adjustments that you can adjust to. I'm in the middle one right now. Or if you really like a higher seat back, you can actually undo this bolt, put it in this lower position, and then bring the seat all the way up, and you could get it to about this height. Really nice aggressive combing bite here for your skirt. It's one of the things that thermoform boats offer. Mocean uses a very robust combing, and something you want to check out in any boat you're looking at. We've got thigh braces here built in and padded, again for comfort. I love the long seat pan that Mocean uses. It really supports under your thighs. And then also, you can kind of see here, there's a little hole through there, but if I was to take this pad out, you'd have an oval cut here and here, right where your sit bones are. And it's just really comfortable. It's like your sit bones are in a hammock with no hot spots. Mocean puts a track mount on all their boats. This is great. You can put little clips here for just securing anything you want, but really, you know, you can have a phone holder in here, cup holder, beverage holder, just anything that can go on a track mount is available. Another cool thing that we don't really advertise at Mocean, but these screws exactly match a water bottle cage or some of the smaller little dry bag panniers that you'd use on bike packing. You can actually take these bolts out and you could have a little dry bag right under here. So I've got one on order and maybe I'll show you that down the road. All this styling on the deck that you see adds strength, but also they cut away here so that you don't hit your hands on this boat. Again, at only 24.5 inches wide, this you can paddle just like you would a touring or sea kayak. So this handle that Mocean puts on all their boats is really useful. It's a paddle grip, so you can lock your paddle in like that if you're getting into your boat or just need a place to stash it out in the water. Also, when I'm pulling a boat off a dock, oftentimes, you'll see people grab here. It's just a nice, solid place to grab. Mocean uses these large, oversized flush hatches. This is the kind of hatch that you can open up and, you know, put a folding camp chair in, or for me, I like my backpacker guitar will actually fit right in here. And again, you can see the workmanship on the bulkhead, just really clean. So here's the hatch. They make these right at Mocean. These are lighter than any other hatch out there, which is one of the reasons we use them. The oversized makes it easy, but because it's made of the same material, the boat, it is a little bit lighter. It's gasketed for dryness. One of my friends, Dan at Headwaters Kayak, shot a video where he did about 10 or 15 rolls in this. Check it out at Headwaters Kayak YouTube. And this was still dry. We've got carry handles, bow and stern. What I love about these versus hanging ropes is that when you run your bow and stern line, it's solid. Also, it's quiet while out in the water and can even be a point where you could secure and lock your boat. Maybe the canoe paddle kind of shows how well this boat can track, that I can do most of my strokes just on one side. Oh, just look at it, just boom, rock solid.